Hello, and welcome to another episode of What's Up CK, where we talk to different municipal officials, individuals, and organizations that do some amazing things in this community of ours as we get through these very trying times. And we have to tip our hats to all the education officials out there who have made a new normalcy in our education program. And I'm happy to have Deb Crawford, who's the Director of Education for the St-Clair Catholic District School Board. Deb, thanks for joining me today.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so how have you guys been doing in these very interesting times in our community, province, and the whole world for that matter?
Well, we have very good company. Let's just put it that way. We have an extraordinarily dedicated team of staff right across our board at our schools, in all of our schools, and here at our offices and our various facilities. So everybody's been really working as a team since this all started back in March. And we've been very fortunate to be in a community where we work really closely with our public health partners. So we've been able to really lean on them for support and all the work that we've been doing. We've made the health and safety of our staff and our students our priority. So we've worked with public health so that everything that we're doing in terms of our procedures and they've advised and revised and continue to work with us on this. It's been a real learning experience because no one's been in a pandemic before, and we've had to take steps that have been very different for a school board.
Absolutely.
I think it's a learning experience.
Yeah, I think you said it bang on right there. Back in March when we said, it's going to be a very extended, long March break. And then, school kind of didn't really go, and then it went. And then a lot of planning and logistics put in with the new COVID protocols. So you're thinking everyone is kind of handling what we call the new normal nowadays?
Well, I think the nature of this is that there is a change happens every day. So, currently we're now experiencing positive COVID cases in a couple of our schools. We have not had to deal with that before, but we've had to put our protocols in place, and we've been working again with public health. We learn a lot from our partners across the province and work very closely with the Chatham-Kent board as well. So as one community, we really try to support each other. So the protocols are in place. We came back, it was a very calm start. People really worked hard to adapt and learn. It's one thing to develop a protocol, it's another thing to put it in place. So we've been open to revisions. People have been wonderful from every part of our board, making suggestions. Students have made suggestions. So we're adapting and learning. So that's what we're doing every single day. We adapt, we learn, we adapt.
It's cool. We're all learning in this together. I've even done some new things in this new world that we're living in. So I think it's just a new way we've been learning as we're only, almost a year. We'll actually be back in March that we've gone in there. So student attendance, have you seen a major increase or decrease because of the new protocols? Are you still seeing some comfortability of students wanting to learn from home, or are you seeing, back to students want to go back, they want to somewhat socialize with their friends?
So a few questions, I'll try and answer them. I guess the piece about it is when we first came back to school, parents had a choice and some students, whether they would come back full-time face-to-face or they would go on to the new virtual school, which again, no one has ever had a virtual school. So we had to build that as we were flying the plane. So that was a process. So we delayed our opening, giving people a chance to get up and running. So at our board, we had the majority of students choose to come back to face-to-face school. And parents were given a date tomorrow to make their intentions known for the next while of whether they're going to stay in face-to-face or they're going to opt for virtual. The trend at our board has been people are pretty stable. They've made their decisions. Some are moving back and forth, maybe a little more back to face-to-face. But it hasn't been as, if you look at in the news and you look around the GTA, there's been a lot of people making the choice to go to virtual. Hasn't been the case here. So students have come back. They're happy to see their friends. Things are a little different, but the teachers are there. Classes are running. Schools are functioning. There has been some changes, but I think overall it's been a positive experience for everyone. When I talk to kids, I visited virtual classrooms. Those kids seem to be quite happy. It's a different, they have new classmates, new teachers, and they're enjoying it. And they say there are some challenges, But again, if you talk to the kids in the face-to-face classrooms, they'd say the same thing.
Yep.
Kids are resilient. Our students are resilient, and the teachers and the principals and our staff that are supporting them, really want the students back. Or if they choose to go in the virtual, they want this to be a really excellent educational opportunity for them.
Yeah, it's as a teacher or anyone in the administration of teaching, they love what they're doing. They want to make sure the students are getting the best experience possible. So you guys are doing a fantastic job, whether it's virtual or face-to-face. So it's great.
Everyone's trying as hard as they can.
Yeah. So one thing that we obviously didn't expect, COVID magically popping up. There was a new school that was being opened over just south of Kyle, I believe, St. Angela Merici Catholic School, and it looks fantastic. However, its grand opening wasn't quite what we expected.
I know, we were so disappointed, but we managed to do an open house where we brought in the families and all the kids, and it took about, I think it was somewhere between 8 to 10 hours to stage it because we had to follow all the protocols. So the community, and we brought in the Ursuline sisters. Some of them have been in to see the church. They donated a beautiful statue of St. Angela Merici for the front foyer. So they've been in. Right now, we're not able to bring guests in, but it is a gorgeous school. And I have to thank all the people that worked on that, because we developed that school as a group. We took teachers and principals and staff, custodians, planning people, everybody, support workers, and everybody sat down and with the architect and designed that school. So to see it in all of its glory is really a wonderful experience for us. It is such a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's great to just see it right up the road there, and it just and even just coming off Bear Line Road, and you see this wonderful school. In fact, two schools, but it just makes Chatham look, on that side, there's been kind of a blank spot for a schooling area, and now it pops out, which is great. So thanks for everyone what they're doing there, and I hope the students and the teachers are staying safe, the ones that are doing the face-to-face as well.
Yes. Everyone's following their protocols. At St. Angela Merici, one of the pieces we're thrilled about is that there's a path, like a walking path being put in the back from the municipality, which will connect us, so it's an active walking path. And as well, the community put in a community room in the school that the municipality did. So it was a great partnership, and it's just going to expand. So we're thrilled about it. Everybody's good, and still excited. It's a wonderful experience to be in a new school. It's been a long time since Chatham had a new school. So
it's true, actually. And just as we're talking schools, I was an old Fatima student, so seeing that old transition turning into the new French immersion building, it getting a wonderful facelift is fantastic as well. So the school boards are doing some really cool things right now, and it's nice to see that, especially during these trying times. So segues kind of to the next question. When we started in March, it was gloomy. It was sad. We were trying to figure stuff out. But one of my favorite things on this show is asking organizations, individuals about good news stories, turning some negatives into a positive. Do you have anything that the school board has kind of done that's amazing from March till now, aside from recreating a whole school protocol?
And I think that it's a testimony to all the people that work at our board, because as dealing with COVID, there was problem solving, a project that ran through to try to get everything up and running. While we were doing that, there was still school operating. One of the pieces that I think is really notable, and I'd ask people to go and take a look at it, is there's an art gallery display over at the Municipal Art Gallery. I'm just going to try and find
the Patrick Mann art exhibit. Yes, with UCC. Yep.
And I was in there last week, and it's amazing, when you can see that students are working virtually. They're working with a professor at the University of Western Ontario. They're working with their teacher at UCC, and they're looking at contemporary issues and using art and multimedia to address them and to think about them. So, and it's running right now. So it's really a beautiful display. And I'm really grateful to everyone that was involved. In the summer months where you thought, nothing was happening, we ran a virtual summer learning camp for our primary students, and it was fantastic. It was well attended, very motivating, lots of engagement. Parents were thrilled, kids were thrilled, and it, sort of dipped our toe in the water. And primary is really that it's a hard group to do a virtual school that really works for them well. So this was a great month that we spent this summer. We have our land now in South Chatham that we're going to be looking at a new build. So for Chatham, we have our St. Angela Marici. We've got Our Lady of Fatima. Drive past it and see all the work that's being done. It's going to be beautiful. It will open in September, and then another new school for us. So despite the cloud of COVID, we're moving forward. Everybody's adapting. I'm so grateful and so proud of all the people that work at our board and our students and our families, because the community has a lot to do with this. The community is keeping us safe by following all the public health protocols and making those sacrifices that are making our kids safe in school. So we are really thankful to our community for that.
Absolutely. And you guys have done a wonderful job doing that. And like you said, community, CK, we banded together, whether it was the Miracle May 16th project, this new one with school, everyone following protocols. So I think, as we slowly get through this, we're going to celebrate one day at a time as we slowly get back to some new normalcy. So Deb, thank you for what you and your team are doing out there. It's fantastic. Is there anything else that you would like to add as we close up?
I just want people to, to stay positive. It is COVID-19's challenged all of us, but by following public health and making those sacrifices, the kids are going to be fine. The kids are resilient. The students love being educated. They love being in school, be it virtual or face-to-face. So I'm just, don't lose the drive that we have to stay safe, and everybody keep doing what we're doing, and we'll be okay. It's good. So
absolutely. Well said, Deb.
Okay.
No, thank you very much for taking the time and talking. And keep on trucking.
That's what we're doing. Thanks very much.